Hey, exactly as the title states. Hey. I'm edgy today, but feel a little better. Earlier, I actually felt decent for like an hour. That died quick, but decent for me is still pretty bad, but still. Uh, and I laid down to take a nap, and I'm at the point where I think I'm falling asleep, but I can't tell I'm falling asleep. I literally just think I'm laying there the whole time, but then time goes by, so I must have fallen asleep. So I mean that's better than the not falling asleep at all part, but it puts me into a really weird mindset. At night I don't seem to have a problem sleeping so much. What's up, Wade? But I think I just today I was falling asleep to something on TV, but lost what happened. Oh, I got a phone call. Somebody I wanted to talk to, so I had to ditch it. Yeah, I was on the phone for like an hour, so I couldn't come back on. It's like no matter what I'm dealing with, I don't care how hard it is, I do my best to remain sleeping. I don't do any sudden moves. Yeah, have to refund the money. That's all. Still waiting for it to be returned. It's in the mail. So when I get it, I'll have to. They already took the money, but I'll have to refund it when I get it back. Nothing more I can do. I'm over it now, though. Now it's just to see what condition they send it in. That'll be interesting. Anxiety's not as bad today, but it's still up there to the point where it's just like I'm still on edge. I've been on edge for years though. I mean, it's not like I'm calm, but there's sometimes that I actually like not be paying attention to it so much, and that's to me that's a nicer feeling. But I always have this like really uneasy feeling, which is better than what I was dealing with. So I mean, it is getting a little better. It's just still really freaking weird. It's not as scary though. But I had a weird day today. Like I felt decent. Like I had a therapy appointment, but it was like pretty crappy. I vented a lot about the medical community, about how shitty they are and how they totally fucked me, and then they completely ignored me. And I vented about not being able to get disability in America, being as sick as I was, and she like started coming up with like ideas on what I should do to try to get it. And it's like, well, you know what? It's a little too fucking late. You know what? We already went through this shit. I'm not getting some advocate to try to, take me to all these medical appointments to try to get a fucking diagnosis of something stupid. I'm not going through all that shit again. If I feel that shit's permanent and I can't continue to work, then yeah, I might go that route. But I'm not going to the doctors for another year, going to all the same doctors trying to get bullshit, getting test after test for them to come back negative again. It's just fucking stupid. And then she went on to stress me out because she's like, "Well, what's the timeline of you getting off the medication?" I said, "There is no timeline anymore. It's when I can." It's basically taper when I can, and that's it. I'm like, when I did have a timeline, I tapered too fast, and I thought I was gonna fucking die, and life was absolutely unbearable for about 7 months. So I mean, I don't want to pull that bullshit no more. And she's just like, well, have you ever thought? And this is what this kind of shit pisses me off when a professional person says this. She's like, you ever think about just getting off, going to a doctor and getting on a doctor's taper and possibly getting on something else to cover up the withdrawal symptoms? I'm like, I'm thinking, I laughed and I had to repeat my story again. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care who thinks I'm fucking crazy anymore. I'm so sick of hearing about people wanting me on more fucking drugs. The drugs that literally destroyed my life. I mean, the drugs that literally destroyed my life, I should basically jump off the medicine now, which would eventually probably kill me. Not literally, but oh my God, I couldn't even bear it. And then to go on more drugs, and I said, I know exactly what they would do. This is exactly what they would do. This is exactly what I said. I said, they would say, take your full pill one night. The next night, take half. The next night, take your full pill. The next night, take half. Then after that, take half again. Then after that, quarter it. Take half, quarter, done. 2 weeks. And then to cover up the withdrawal, they'll give me gabapentin and trazodone to sleep. And I said, you know what? To a normal person, that's too fucking fast. But still, it's possible. It's definitely possible for a normal person to taper that way. And then their withdrawal would be a couple months, and they could take pills here and there, and then they can jump off those. I'm like, for me, jumping off this medicine would be years of torture. Like, it's fucking hard now. I couldn't imagine jumping off this pill. I would be on other medications, and then I'd be polydrugged and fucked. And I'm like, this is my therapist. This is my fucking therapist. Oh, trust me. I stopped telling them not to prescribe me shit. So like I have gabapentin that's filled every month. And it's like, Jesus Christ. You serious? I said I have no problem if I have to take something every once in a while, like if I was like in horrific shape. I'd have no problem, but I'm not getting dependent on anything. Because then I'm in that cycle again and I'm starting over. So now I'm off Remeron. Now I'm basically, Remeron would be my benzos. I'd be off Remeron, but suffering way worse because I'm already so sick. So now I get to start over by trying to get off the next drugs. And that can take another 3 to 6 years. And then when I try to get off those drugs, people say, well, why don't you jump off those drugs? And then they would cycle it into a circle and eventually want to give me benzos to get off those drugs. It's nuts. And this is a therapist. And I'm like, I've been talking about this shit for 4 years to her, and this is the fucking therapy I get. I literally tell them it's fucking torture. Torture. And it goes in one ear and out the fucking other. It's absolutely insane. It's nuts. I needed to sleep when I was off benzos, and there was more options they could have fucking done for me. They didn't have to give me a fucking antidepressant to do it. Those fucking assholes. They could have gave me fucking anything else, almost. And she's like, well, is it any medication? I said, it's anything because my nervous system's fucked. It's not the medication. It's not the type of medication. It's anything that works on the nervous system. And that's medications. I'm like, if I take too much aspirin, I get set back. Not like terribly, but still. When you have a weakened nervous system, I literally have to teach them. I'm like, I literally have to teach doctors what terminology is. Nobody even knows what kindling is. I mean, come on, you guys. Why am I the fucking teacher? I shouldn't be. That's a fucking joke. Well, that was my therapy appointment. And after that, I didn't feel good no more. I didn't feel good at all, but I was feeling better. And I said to myself, you know what? I'd rather be stressed out right now and bitching about this bullshit because it was just pissed me off. And I'm like, how would you fucking feel? How would you fucking feel if you had a medical issue you cannot do anything about? Nothing. And most people don't believe you. And they keep trying to give you things that will literally make you 100 times worse. It's terrible. Yeah, and a lot of fucking doctors say that. They'll be like, "You need to be on shit the rest of your life." I'm like, I literally got severely fucking sick and dependent as fuck after 2 weeks. And people have the fucking nerve to tell me I need to get back on my fucking meds. My fucking meds. Seriously, that's a quote I will never forget. My meds. When the fuck were they ever my meds? Let's see. I got on benzos and 2 weeks later they destroyed my fucking body and life. And then I got put on Remeron, which destroyed the rest of my fucking last 5 years of my life. But those are my meds. I best get back on that because they're so good for me. People have no fucking sense. That's why I tell people I'd rather be fucking homeless than take that bullshit anymore. If it works for you, fucking great. Honestly, if benzos worked for me, I'd still be on them to this fucking day. I would have known no fucking difference. They would have been my meds. So anyway, I'm just stressed out, these people are nuts. I have a therapist that still to this day doesn't fucking get when I get stressed out. It's like, seriously? Thank God I don't have to go out to see this person. It's fucking telehealth, which is fine. And sometimes it's like it's like good. Yeah. It's disappointing and frustrating. I mean, if seriously, every time I taper my medication, the medication I'm on, not my meds, but the medication that I'm on, I literally start thinking about all the things that people try to do to me to make me better. All within one cut. Well, it's been 3.5 months, but within that one cut, I've been told that I should basically go to a doctor and get on a doctor's taper and ditch the meds I'm on and get on new meds. There was another one I was just thinking about a second ago and I lost it. Actually, my girlfriend said that. She didn't mean it, but she said what would happen if you just stopped taking those and got on something else to cover it up. And seriously, I don't know how to tell people anymore. It's not the withdrawal from the drugs that I can't handle. It's the absolute torture, the nervous system torture. And nobody knows what it's like. Nobody knows. I'm like, I literally tapered from 1.0 to 0.8 and nearly died. So now I fucking updosed like an asshole a while back. It's probably good I did. Because honestly, I don't know what my brain would have been like just accepting the huge cuts. But I'm on 1.1 milligrams now from 1.2, and the last 3.5 months have been fucked. I can tell it's starting to level out a little bit, but 3.5 months later, it's a fucking joke. So I don't know how long my cuts are going to be, you know? And since the cuts are fucking a form of torture now, it's going to be harder on everybody. Way harder on me and everybody around me. It's like you have no idea what I'm going to go through for the next few years. And when I cry out to people, they got to stop thinking I want to go to a hospital or something. I just need to cry and say, why is there no help for this? Not take me to the hospital, because what's going to happen? All they're going to do is make things worse. Why do I have to explain that to people? So you think me tapering 1.1 to 1.0, you know how fucking hard that's going to be for me? Do you think a hospital would ever fucking do that? No, take me off that. So they do like 10 times the taper that I do. And then put me on drugs that I'm already prescribed, gabapentin. And there's no fucking way I'd take it, because it's not like it would make me any better. It wouldn't cover up any of the fucking hell my nervous system would give me. And then I'd have to deal with that relentless depression too, that's going to want me to kill myself for 2 years straight. And I'm supposed to work a job during that. And that's what most people want me to do. Everything about me is something really rare, and it fucking pisses me off. I was uh I was on a Visual Snow page earlier, and that's the syndrome that I have as well. And somebody posted this, and it's exactly, to me, it's like this syndrome that I have. It's neurological, can't even say it, bullshit, and the benzo bullshit, the nervous system crap, are like one and the same almost. So somebody says this: curious, as it's been a long time since I have gone to the eye doctor to update my RX. Please tell me from your experiences, did your eye test reveal any VS, that's visual snow, floaters, flashes, and or on the exams? Is this something that can be seen from the doctor's view? Now, most people with VS know there's no way you can see that stuff, but some people don't know yet, so they ask. But the answer is just, it's like, it's so right. No, they can't see VS. If you have a normal healthy eye exam, it's a sign that you have VS, because VS is a problem with your brain and not your eyes. Although it can't be seen by an MRI either, unless it's being caused by another disorder or disease. It's why so many doctors don't take this disease seriously or have heard of it. And the last bit gets me. It's why so many doctors don't take this disease seriously. And it's the same between that and this benzo nervous system garbage. I've got two fucking things that doctors don't care about or don't take seriously. I'm in a worse spot than a lot of fucking people. It was a better spot before I fucked up my taper and tried to taper a little too fast. So I made it worse. God damn it. But I will fucking no fucking way speed it up on account of somebody else trying to fuck with me. They're not the ones who have to suffer the fucking consequences. If somebody wants me to speed it up, fine. Are you going to support me the whole fucking time? Are you going to pay all the fucking bills? Because if that's the case, I'll double my fucking taper and suffer for it. I don't care. It'll be fucking hell, but I won't have to fucking go out. But nobody's going to fucking do that. And honestly, I shouldn't have to suffer that way just to speed it up. I shouldn't. I should be at home being supported with what I'm doing now. And at least my nervous system would have a fucking chance to fucking survive a little better than me having to go out for work and shit and be on my feet for hours. So yeah. Yeah, I don't like feeling like I'm in DPDR land all the time. I don't like it. I've always had it because DPDR is a symptom of visual snow. So I've always had VS. And I don't know, and part of the reason I got up started on benzos for my like low-lying anxiety and my visual problems. Because everybody said the more you cut down your anxiety, the better it'll be. And yeah, it worked for about a week. Not even. But like there was the first days, it was like a fucking miracle. And I'm like, well, I think I found something to at least calm everything down. That's cool. All just to feel comfortable and calm for about 2 days. I've been now at 5 years and 4 months later, suffering. All to feel calm for a couple days. When all somebody had to do was say, you know what, you're kicking ass, and your problem's not as bad as it seems. Let's try some CBD. Let's try some food diet change. Let's do this. No, I fucking got on benzos. What an asshole I am. I'm an idiot. I fucking hate people. There was nobody fucking there to talk to me. And half the time, there never really is. I've been doing everything on my own ever since I can remember. When it comes to my health, you have to be your own advocate, but it's nice to have people give you a fucking kick in the ass once in a while and say, hey, I know your problem seems significant, but you're running your own fucking business. You moved across the country. You're doing this, and this, and that. How about we try to do something else? Like maybe let's start a meditation club or something. Anything. Let's start somewhere first and not do medications. Hmm. So anyway, all right. I'm signing off. I think I'm vented out today. People saying stupid shit is normal. Take care, guys. I'll be back on.